welcome back to MJT Reviews. It's me, Mitchell James, calling. I'm starting this video off with Stuart Wilders from Elysse Fan TV, great collaborative Eurovision channel. Check it out. I like it very much. And this song is called I Like It by ZENA. So, firstly, Stuart, I don't know, is ZENA, did she co-host Junior Eurovision last year?
She did, yeah, back in December. She did. She was the third of the she was the third of the trio. Not in a million years did I think we'd see her at Eurovision.
No,
6 months later. But she's got a great voice. She won the final pretty comfortably in Belarus. Don't forget, this is the national final where we saw Daz Sampson return, former UK representative from 2006, with the song "Kinky Boots." It was a shame actually that I think that would have been a nice representative for Belarus, but that's just my own personal opinion. I like ZENA. I like it. I like it.
Done.
I like it. I think there's a bit of Britney about her actually. She's got quite a lot of charisma, and it's improving with every performance I'm seeing. She's only 16, so you must bear that in mind. So a year ago, she could have been performing on stage for Belarus from a junior Eurovision perspective. The youngest contestant, I actually think the song's really good. It's improved since the track was remastered, and it wouldn't surprise me. This is not one of the favourites, but it wouldn't surprise me if this qualifies.
Yeah, totally. So from what I gathered from Elysse Fan TV, you kind of feel like Belarus is growing on you as well?
Yeah, I do. I quite like it, as I say. I didn't have it in my top 10, however, but I do sort of see it doing pretty well, and I can see this sort of stage performance being quite energetic, and there aren't that many. Tamta's one that will open the show up. This could go pretty high as well, and if people get this staging over Tamta's maybe, then I don't know how likely that is, because they've got Sacha Jean-Baptiste creating the staging, the choreography for Cyprus this year, but Belarus need to kind of come up with something quite similar and better in terms of staging to really progress. But they could do it. I mean, she was great in Amsterdam. She was really, really good live. Oh,
well, that's good to know. Let's say you had the radio on in your car and this song started playing. Would it be fitting? Would it be out of place? I know you do a thing with your friends and family who aren't into Eurovision where you slip in a subliminal Eurovision song. Do you think you could get away with this song?
Yeah, probably could, but they certainly they can pick it out now. They can tell exactly what's Eurovision and what's not. Just because I'm playing it, if they're playing it, then they know they're quite safe. But yeah, it's quite. It's sort of commercial, isn't it? I think there's 2-3 songs in this year's Eurovision that could make it commercially outside of the Eurovision genre. Lake Malawi's one for Czech Republic. This is another, and weirdly, Katarina Duska of Greece, I think, is another one that really kind of has that commercial music feel outside of the Eurovision genre. So yeah, for Belarus, it's a good entry. It's probably one of their strongest entries for some time. I'm thinking back to many a Belarus entry that I've liked and not so liked over the last few years. This is probably one of the strongest ones. Sorry.
Cupcake was the song? Was it?
Yes. No.
Cheesecake.
Cheesecake. Yeah. No. Didn't like that one.
Okay. Great. Well, thanks for your take, Stuart. That's good.
Hi, Lam. Lam's here and he's going to review Belarus, I Like It by ZENA. Okay, let's go.
Cool. Oh, yeah, awesome. Yeah, I don't know, I couldn't understand 90% of what it was singing, but I know I'm gonna like it, man. Yeah, it was very upbeat, very exciting, and she's very good at performing. She looks very confident and very, how to say, very positive.
Yeah.
So yeah, you know, young people, young blood's gonna like it. I'm gonna like it. I'm a young blood. So what else to say? Because the other thing you can pick up, I'm not gonna give up. So I think it's a positive message to the young people, not just young people out there, but it's like a inspirational message.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it fits well with the melody of the song, you know. So yeah, it's quite well. It's quite nice.
What do you think of? Do you think this song you'd hear it on the radio?
Yeah. Why not, man? You know, when you're driving and you listen to this song, that could be a good fit, man. Because you know, yeah, it's gonna give you a quick boost, you know, energy boost. So yeah, I love this song, man. I love this melody.
Do you think you could match, like, say you're listening to a song by like Meghan Trainor, and then this song came on straight after? Would it be able to fit straight in?
Yeah, man. Sure, why not, man? So yeah, it could be a good song for a workout, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Listening to before the workout, during the workout, doesn't matter. It's gonna give you a quick boost.
Well, ZENA is the youngest singer this year. She's 16.
Oh, she's 16. Damn, man.
What do you think of her voice?
Oh yeah, it was, you know, I think she was 26 or something, because he was very mature, very skillful, very professional. So I don't think, you know, a teenager could achieve, you know, such a high level of singing. Yeah, very impressive.
Cool. And you said she's a good performer?
Yeah, man, she's a very good performer. She looks, the key thing is she looks very confident on stage. And I think that's, you know, quite important to such a young performer like her, you know.
Okay, cool. All right, thanks, Lam.
Let's talk about Belarus.
Belarus.
I like it
by
I think-
ZENA.
Warrior Princess.
Well, I hadn't thought about it that way, but yeah, I guess that's one way to think about it.
Oh, I will say, she actually, so they had Junior Eurovision in Belarus last year, and she was actually one of the hosts of it.
Okay.
And I'd actually seen her perform. They had like an intro song, you know, like at the Olympics, they have an intro song. And she like started singing in the song and belted this high note. And I was like, oh, she's a good singer. I'll look out for her. And then she ended up competing in the national selection and won it. So, yeah. Anyway, let's break it down with Elysse.
Okay, so female singer with English
Can
as
I just
the only.
stop and
Yes.
observe the Is it a Bulbasaur behind you?
This is Chikorita.
Oh.
I tried to decorate it because usually my keyboard goes there, but then I move it and it looks really messy. So I put a box up there and some like Pokemons because they're cute.
Yeah. Okay, you may continue.
All right, we'll start again. Female singer with English as our only language for this song. Where am I? That's all I remembered from my script. Our vocal range is G3 to F5, so smaller vocal range than our previous video, Croatia, but you know, not too bad either. And our key is in G minor. Also, side note, F5 is quite a high note. So as you pointed out, you heard her sing this really high note. I think F5 is pretty high. So what's that? I don't know where it is on my keyboard because it's not a full keyboard. So we're not going to try that. I don't know. I can't sing F5 comfortably.
What's an
I am
F?
alto though.
Can you play an F?
So you probably want up an octave.
Yeah,
I can't
that's cool.
sing that comfortably. That's me though. I know I'm an alto, and so I really don't like going above C5 myself if I can help it. And then our key is G minor with 5 chords. So our first chord is, I really did not order this very well for me playing chords, but that is the challenge of it, isn't it? So first chord is G minor. And then we got a third chord, which is B flat major. Our fourth chord is C minor. And then we have a fifth chord, a sixth chord, which is usually major, but it's actually minor in this piece. And then our seventh chord is F major. So those are our 5 chords with one odd chord in there. And the odd one is actually in every single sequence. So it's not something that's just chucked in for a bit of fun. It's in every single sequence. It's core to the entire song. So
you mentioned
I
with
can't quite remember
Croatia.
why.
You mentioned with Croatia as well that they put in an odd chord. Is there a reason? Like, is it super noticeable when they put in the odd chord?
It's not obvious. So why I say it's odd is because usually in the minor key, which both Croatia and Belarus were, you will have chords 3, 6, and 7 as major chords. If you have a major chord elsewhere, that would be unusual, which is what happened with Croatia. But if you've got one of those major chords and you turn it into a minor chord, that's also unusual. So that's what's happened with Belarus. So it's nothing wrong with it. There's no hard and fast of you have to play these chords, but generally, like within the scale, that's the way that you'll do it. So for C major, you would have C major, D minor, E minor, 4, 5 is major, so F major, G major, A minor, B minor, and then C major again. Okay. And that just is the known sort of pattern of scales. So 1, 4, 5 in the majors, or 3, 6, 7 in the minors. Fun facts with Elysse. So like there's nothing wrong with having it as an odd one, but it's something which stands out when you're analyzing it, because it's like, oh, they've sort of subverted the expectations. They've gone away from the norm. Yeah. So what we're up to, instruments?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, cool. So we have our vocals, of course. Then we have some acoustic guitar to start off. We do also get some electric guitar a bit later on, and we have backing vocals. Also got a flute, which I think is kind of cool. I don't think we've seen many flutes so far in Eurovision this year. I'd argue perhaps we have seen no flutes so far this year, which is pretty cool. And then we've got some synth, which has piano / building whoosh sort of sound. We've got some distorted key sounds, and we have bass in the synth as well. Interestingly enough, I haven't written down that we have any drums, so I assume we don't have drums in this song, which is an unusual thing from what we've looked at. Most songs seem to have some drums, so that's kind of cool. They've got their own way of having rhythm. I think at the start, especially, the acoustic guitar is really strong on that rhythm. I'm just going to double check that there's no drums in there, because I feel like that's too good to be true.
Do you think for the beat they're using like synth or something?
Potentially. Let's skip halfway through this song. Loading time. Okay, yep. So even halfway through the song, they've got no drums. It is 100% the acoustic guitar being used to keep that beat, and then they've got the other instruments to create tension and build that over the top. And that's cool. There's nothing wrong with having no drums. It just makes it a bit different. And that's nice. It's a point of difference, I guess. And then in terms of song structure, we start with an intro for 1 bar. Verse 1 is 8 bars, a pre-chorus for 8, and then a chorus for 8. Verse 2 is 8 bars, pre-chorus for 8, chorus for 8. Instrumental for 8 bars. So we've got another instrumental, though I must say I was less favorable about this one's instrumental. We have a bridge for 9 bars, and then a chorus / coda to end the song for 16 bars. So it's a pretty standard system. Verse, pre-chorus, chorus, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, instrumental, bridge, chorus, ending. So nothing too odd, quite a pop song sort of structured feel to it. But otherwise, that's how she do.
Alrighty, awesome. This music video was a live performance. What did you make of it so far?
So they've made her look really young. I don't know if she is, like, how young she is. You said
She's
she performed
16.
in the... Okay, well, she is quite young. That explains a lot. She looks a bit like Britney Spears crossed with Nikki Webster, Strawberry Kisses.
Okay, you're gonna make me. I'm gonna put a clip of Strawberry Kisses for our European fans who do.
It's such a throwback sort of clip as well. Such an Aussie throwback cultural,
that
like
bubblegum pop time as well.
Yeah. And so she's got that sort of like vibe. Also, maybe a bit 2000s Disney. Was ZENA Disney?
No.
No,
But it was,
there's the TV series, and the chick's name started with Z as well. And she was like a robot singer.
robot singer.
And, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Perhaps I am. But like, it's got that, like, it's reminding me of that. It's that sort of aesthetic. It's 2000s Disney future sci-fi looking aesthetic, but still cool. So that's what I make of that
description, but in the end, we kind of mean the same thing.
It makes sense. Yeah. And yeah, she's got like the backing dancers and stuff, so it's a bit like, you know, a girl band, except all her backing dancers are really old, which is a bit weird, but that's okay. That's just how she do. But that was kind of the extent of my notes on the video.
What
the
do you think of
message,
the colors, it was like
sorry,
pink and blue colors and everything.
It really just sort of harked back to the young theme. But she is 16. I did kind of assume she'd be older, like when I was making these notes. So 16, perhaps that works really well.
She is the youngest this year.
You know, maybe, you know what I could probably relate her to in current times? JoJo, the
yeah.
That sort of aesthetic. Yeah. So she's old. Well, no, she's not old. She's young, but you know,
trying to be. She's not
looking as young as JoJo.
She's not a girl, not yet a woman.
Yeah. She's looking tweeny, but the tweeny of our childhood, and I like that. Message wasn't too complicated. It was pretty much just, I don't give up. That's all I took from it. I don't give up. And that's about it. Otherwise, it was, you know, very poppy, very standard, very 2000s pop. Yeah.
Cool. All right, awesome. Well, thanks a lot, Elysse, for your take.
No worries.
Who will make the cut? Who will win our hearts? MJT Review.